تألقا وأضاء للدنيا طريقا مشرقا.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to this year's Ramadan competition called A Story and a Verse, and this is the 21st episode. Today's story is about the last battle of the Prophet ﷺ, called the Battle of the Book. This took place in the 9th year of Hijrah, and the Prophet had received news that the Romans were preparing a big army to attack the Muslims in Medina. So the Prophet ﷺ began preparing the Muslim army to go out and meet them. But this was at a difficult time for the Muslims, as the summer was hot and they were facing a drought, and it was time for them to harvest their fruits. Everyone just wanted to harvest their fruits and rest underneath the shade of their trees. But the Prophet ﷺ exhorted the Muslims to strive for the sake of Allah, and ordered them to go out to meet their enemy, and reminded them of the importance and reward that comes with jihad. And he called upon the wealthy people to donate their wealth to equip the army, and so all the companions came. Abu Bakr al-Siddiq donated all of his wealth to the Prophet ﷺ, and Umar ibn al-Khattab gave half of his wealth in the hands of the Prophet ﷺ, and Uthman bin Affan Mujahideen. And this army was called Jaish al-Usra, the army of difficulties, because of all the difficulties that it had faced. And as usual, they were hypocrites that gave false excuses not to go to battle with the Prophet. Likewise, some were slow to join. However, a group of poor people came, but they did not find anything to go to the battle with. So the Prophet told them that he did not have any supplies to supply them with, and so they cried. The army arrived in Tabuk and stayed there for a few days, but no Roman army came to meet them. And the Prophet ﷺ found out that the Roman army fled after they remembered what happened to them in the Battle of Mu'tah, and due to the fear of 30,000 fighters. And from today's lesson, we can learn that we should always have courage while facing difficulties, and we should be able to make sacrifices of the money and the soul for the sake of Allah. And the question for today's episode is that there are a few verses in Surah Al-Tawbah that describe the Battle of the Book. There is one specific verse that talks about the crying of the poor people because they were not able to go to war for the sake of Allah. You have to find and mention the number of these verses. That's it. Jazakallahu khair.
فتمسكي بعواه كي لا نغرقا